poker face while hearing about his dad. Roy accepts the mission, although he knows he has no choice and they're just using him. Afterward, Roy begins getting ready for the trip and decides to watch the last video his father ever sent him, which was recorded right before he reached Neptune. The man left when Roy was still 16 and his message is mostly rambling about the possibility of finding life, but at least he ends it with an "I love you, son." At that moment, Roy is approached by Pruitt, an old friend of his father's that will also go on this mission. Pruitt wants to know if Roy is doing well emotionally, and when Roy explains he still thinks his dad is dead, Pruitt points out they need to be ready for the possibility that Clifford is hiding from them. The night before the mission, Roy tries to record a message for Eve, but in the end he doesn't know what to say and doesn't record anything. For the next psych evaluation, he admits he hasn't slept much but he still feels ready, so his trip is approved. Since the mission is completely secret, Roy will fly commercially to the moon as a cover and then reach Mars from there. The journey is very calm, but all passengers are reminded that the moon is borderless and many mining zones are disputed territories in a state of war. When they make it to the colony, Roy notices it's become a commercial recreation and thinks Clifford would have hated it all. Roy and Pruitt take the train to the Spacecom base and Pruitt explains nobody here knows about their mission either. The launch pad is on the other side of no man's land, so they'll have armed personnel to protect them. Roy wonders what was the last time Pruitt talked to his dad, and Pruitt confesses it had been a fight. Since Pruitt had thought of retiring, Clifford called him a traitor. Pruitt wonders if Roy is worried, but Roy admits he isn't. He thinks his dad is a hero and is disgusted by how Spacecom wants to paint him as the villain. At the base, Pruitt and Roy are assigned to rovers and they leave surrounded by soldiers. However, when they reach an open area, they're soon ambushed by pirates, who open fire on them. The two escorting rovers immediately go down, and Roy's suit gets punctured, but fortunately he manages to quickly fix it. The driver of his rover is shot too, and Roy pushes the body off to take over, driving among some of the base's structures to make some pirates crash. Then Roy tries to shoot at the remaining pirates, but they hit his rover with theirs and cause him to fall into a crater. Roy pretends he's lost control of the vehicle, and once the pirates are